Hello everyone, this is Andrew. In the first two videos, we talked about how to use the Chidex data entry system for transcribing the certificate of exemption from dictation test. Now, I'm going to talk to you about how to use the search and the data profile capability of the Chidex system. On the left-hand side, there's a menu that actually says search. This is where you can use this to find records of the data that has been transcribed. It is essentially a simple search engine and a two-piece information that you can search by a name and the residence. We believe those two are probably the most common starting point for a family history research. First thing you need to know is the search are what technical people call fuzzy. That means you don't have to be exact. Number one. Number two is you can do multiple searches. If you're not sure about something, you can search it again. So the suggestion here is you start with something that is wider, and as you understand a bit more about the data, you can refine your searches. Let's give it a try. The data profile system is accessible on the left-hand side. It is a fourth entry. Under here, the purpose of building this is to give the public a visibility of the content of the register as a summary. So we've chosen four important summaries I want to show you. Now, this recording was made at the fairly early stages of the project, and by the time you use this part of the system, I am almost certain the result will be quite different and more revealing. The first of all is, the first one here is the date, a year of registration on the CEDT register, 1904. And because we are starting the data entry process from the beginning of the registry, book 1, 1904, it will eventually end up with 1957, which is the last entry. Here is a list of the country residents. At this point in time, Melbourne, Brighton, the first 3-4 years seems to be most popular. Right-hand side is the occupation and an age profile. This profile is made, this analysis is made against the entire set of the CEDT data from the register. We do have the raw data at the back of it. If you are interested in understanding more about this, you're most welcome to use the Contact Us page to get in contact with us. Maybe we can help you in this process. And that's the second part of the training video. I hope you will find the system useful and good hunting with your family history research. Let's start with a simple search. John. Let's say we don't not quite sure about whether it is a name or surname. Just type in the word CHONG, and what the system will do is go through and search for any variation of the word Chong in the name. This search across all the registers and is independent of the year. So in this case, it returns 3 results. It's pretty straightforward. One thing of note is you can see Thomas C. Chong, Fruitera, vanilla. That's obviously wrong. And I deliberately show this up to you is at this point in time, the 13,000 entries that we have to process take some time. And on top of that, we have to double verify to make sure we got the records. So in this example, it is absolutely clear this is probably CHONG, but not double C. So the point here is this: the information at the moment is still not verified. You certainly are welcome to use it, but bearing in mind that we are still in the process of cleaning this up. Let's try another example. Let's say a very popular word is the word AH. There's a lot of people with Zhong, Zheng, Wing, etc. It's a very common Chinese ancestor name. If I put in AH in a search, I'm going to get a lot of people with AH. These are Kong, Fat, Kwang, Feng, etc., as well as Wa, because the word AH is part of the name. Let's say I want to do a slightly more complex search, and I know my ancestors is in Bendigo, for argument's sake. How many people are there with the name of R in Bendigo? There are 5. Here they are. So now here's a simple example that if you know your ancestors' location and roughly the name, you can try a number variation to look for it. This is all very useful. This gets us to a point whereby we can narrow it down. So at some point in time, you actually want to see the actual CEDT register. And this is this button on the far right-hand side will do for you. When you click this, depending on the speed of your download, it will call up the page that Louis, our kid, was being found on. Now, I happen to know, and you can actually see this along with the complicated thing. This is a reference code. Then that actually roughly means is registered 1905. Let's have a look. And here's the list being built. Remember, I mentioned earlier on in the training video number 1, we are now capturing the key information for indexing. There are other information that is also written as anecdote on the register that may be of interest to historians. And this is where you will find it useful when you go through this and start looking at it by going through the actual page itself. Okay, so that's how you can do a search. You can search as many as you want to. There is a limit that we want to protect the system. We will only return top 10 results. Let's say in extreme case, if you type in the letter A, that technically you will find every single name that has the letter A in it, and there will be too many, and it probably is not a meaningful search. We're happy to return the top 10, and that what it actually means is you probably need to refine your search. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to go across and show you another part of the system now, which is the data profile.